our little radio intro there. I love that. Oh God, I found that music, they say use pod safe music when you do podcasts and things like that. So there's no copyright and everything. I actually found that clip. We're doing YouTube here, YouTube's own library of all things. And I was like, oh, this is like music, Uh-oh. Got me playing again. Uh,
Mhm.
this is the second time you've done that in 1 week.
It is.
Yeah, so I found it in YouTube's own library. I'm like, oh, this would be great intro music. And I took the longer piece and cut it down and edited a little bit for the intro. And then I edited a different part of the clip for the outro. And it's God, we've been using that for like 5, 6 years now, something like that on the network. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Never gets old. Never gets old. So here we are again in the cafe, Psyche Talk. Katarina's in there. Boy, Katarina's here for every show. Did you notice that, Michelle?
Yeah. Hi,
It's
Katarina.
Yeah. So hey, come on in, grab your tea, grab a latte or a cup of coffee, pull up a
Turn
chair, and
rock
let's
and
hang out
roll.
in the cafe. Here we go. Wait,
Mhm.
wait, we got to do it together again, right?
Right.
Mm. Yeah, like sometimes YouTube doesn't pick good thumbnails for live, so I just, pull something a still out of like I'll scrub through the video looking for something where like we're, smiling and showing a card, or we're just smiling, and stuff like that. And I just somehow we were drinking at the same time on Monday, and I was like, typically, normally that would not be a good thumbnail, but because we're a cafe, psychic cafe on Psychic Talk here, it's like, hey, why not use that as the thumbnail? I think it's hilarious, Psychic cafe, and here we are drinking our coffee. Oh, but we'll have to start doing that. Like when we're doing the cards of the day, we'll do do like a thing where we both look in the camera real close, and have our pictures for the card of the day up like that and smile, and that way, it's like,
Yeah.
eh.
Ooh, what did you pull? Oh, you got the Hierophant.
Yeah, I got the Hierophant today. It's that 5 energy. Well, the energy of the day is actually 4. It's 31, so
Mhm.
plus 1 is 4. Structure. And this keeps showing up. Do you notice that? It's another one of those
Yeah.
cards. In January, we've had a slew of cards, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, but around 3 or 4 like cards that just kept showing up all the time. And
Hmm.
the devil card was the other one that I always remember because it's these attachments we have that are holding us back, trying to start a new year, 2024. It's a year of abundance and prosperity. 2024 reduces to 8 because 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4 plus 4 is 8. See how that works? Yeah, it's that easy. The world number is just the year. Just reduce it to a single digit, and we're all under that influence, but we're also all in our own personal year. And I talked about this earlier on a couple of shows, and I even gave out this psychic.cafe/personal year numbers. Just type that in a new tab on your browser. You'll be able to grab the cheat sheet that has a little blurb about each of the 9 numbers for the personal year. So you can figure out your personal year, add your month and your birthday together, reduce to a single digit, add it to the world year number 8, again, reduce to a single digit. And that's where, that's where you are in, in the cycle. And then you can look it up, right? Psychic.cafe, personal year numbers. Yep. So I pop that up there. And as we're starting here, some of us are already starting new projects. Some of us are working on goals.
Yep.
And today I told you in the green room I'm listening to a podcast, and I try to listen to several different podcasts and YouTube videos, different points of view on New Year's resolutions, New Year's intentions, setting goals. In the beginning of the year in January, I try to do that.
Hmm.
And I just found this one from Nick Ortner, from the Tapping Solution. Love EFT. That's the tapping thing, right?
Tapping. Yep.
Yeah, it's great for getting rid of blocks and all that kind of stuff, and it's fantastic to use in the beginning of the year.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think we're going to do a show where we're going to talk about some of that. I know January is ending already, but when people fall off the wagon with their resolutions, it's somewhere between the middle of January and the middle of February. So this is the perfect time for us to talk about setting
Yeah.
intention. I never say set your resolutions anymore. You know, resolutions, it used to mean that you resolve to do something, and resolve means that, there is no doing it. It's you're resolving to do it. But I think a better thing is to say you're setting the intention, because intentions get manifested more than goals, and definitely resolutions nowadays anyway.
Hmm.
I think that's what's going on with these cards showing up over and over again. And before I talked about the Hierophant, and it it talks about social norms and conventions, also the establishment, because back in the day the church was the establishment, right?
Yes.
um and it also talks about higher learning, education, can show up with other cards to indicate marriage, things like that. Hey, maybe that's what's going on with you, because I pulled another card and got the Ace of Cups. So for some of you that might mean what that means, but for others, Page of Cups could be like, what's emotionally fulfilling for you, go for that. And it's an ace, so it's a new thing, maybe a new project or a new career, new business you're starting your new YouTube channel. I don't know what you're doing anyway, but make sure it's emotionally satisfying. And if you're having trouble with your goals, and like, if there are things like getting rid of bad habits, quitting smoking, overeating, or you're trying to install good habits, like, waking up a little earlier and getting to the gym and going to the gym and continuing to go to the gym and continuing to drink your water, which none of us drink enough water, and all that kind of stuff. Um, look at the conventions, look at the social norms around this. What do people do in the beginning of the year? And by the way, why the beginning of the year? I mean, I know the obvious, it's like, well, it's a new year, but it's like, you could do it anytime. Don't wait till the beginning of the year to set an intention, set a goal, work towards getting rid of a bad habit, work towards installing a good habit. Um, do it anytime. But what I'm getting at is that oh, we always do it at the beginning of the year. uh we set goals in certain ways, and we work towards things in certain ways, And if that's not working for you, then buck the system. Go against the way it's done normally. Do it a different way. Do some research like I do uh anyway at the beginning of the year. I always look at, new YouTube videos and podcasts on what people are talking about as far as setting goals, resolutions, things like that in January. So, look at new ways of doing it. Have you tried EFT tapping to help you with getting rid of bad habits, installing good ones? Oh, by the way, I did want to mention about that. And it's actually here in the card. The two I don't oh god, I forget the word that they always use when they're talking about the two individuals down here, the alkalites or whatever they're called. Um, but
Yeah.
those individuals, they're priests, obviously, right? And then you got the main priest, it's the Pope, the Hierophant, and you got the double keys down here, and there's kind of like a little hint there, and you notice that one has the lily flowers and the other has roses. So there's kind of a duality thing going on there. Uh, the white purity and the red passion. And it's the same thing you see throughout Tarot, where it's really giving you this hint about duality. You've got the angel, typically described as Michael, on the Temperance card. He's got the crimson red passion, wings, and then he's got the white outfit, you know. Um, the same flowers show up in the Magician card, and um even the chariot with the different colored horses, and they're going off in different directions. Some decks show that more than other decks do, that they're actually opposites of each other. And like in Chiro's Grand Lux, they're like really going off in different directions. And the charioteer is supposed to, rein them in, has the reins, But I think
Mhm.
I think in the Wade Smith version, if I'm not mistaken, there are no reins. Very
Hmm.
interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting. Take a look at that. But what I'm getting at with this duality is,
Oh,
um, you know how I mentioned that, let me try to think of an example. Well, I'll just go with what I just said, where like installing a positive, like going to the gym habit, and getting rid of a bad habit like overeating, not smoke or smoking, um things like that,
right.
do them in pairs. Do them in pairs. No one ever teaches this, because there's no such thing as getting rid of a habit. Once habits are installed in the subconscious mind, they're there for forever. That programming is there. Now you can supplant it, but you can't erase it. So what you want to do is you want to replace bad habits with good habits. So you replace smoking with going to the gym, and then you replace a different habit like overeating with something positive like um, going on a specific healthy diet, you know, to replace that, which sounds like the same thing, but it's not. It's two separate things. One's a positive goal, one's a negative goal. So
Right.
replace the negatives with positives, and you'll have a lot more success, because the universe hates a void.
Someone
And
with particular.
so you're creating a void when you remove something. And like I said, you can't remove the programming. You can overcome, and you can um use hypnosis NLP, EFT, say to quit smoking or something like that, but you're creating a void that needs to get filled. And what people find is they'll seek out something else. Like they'll quit smoking, but then they'll start eating a lot of candy, and or food in general. And like they'll gain weight and they'll go, see, quitting smoking causes you to gain weight. No, quitting smoking creates a void, which then you fill with eating. So, it's a different thing, So if you plan ahead of time, I think it was, who was it? Gosh, I keep thinking of Lincoln, but it wasn't Lincoln. It was Franklin, who said, those that fail to plan to fail, or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
His famous, one of his famous sayings. And so if you plan ahead for these things that you want to accomplish, if it's a goal, or especially if it's you know installing good habits, getting rid of bad habits, that kind of thing in the beginning of the year, you really want to look at that, and plan it out. uh that certain things, like you're quitting smoking, that certain places, certain groups of people, certain things are triggers for you to light up. So take that in account. Either avoid them completely, which is the best thing, or be aware, at least, of it. Be aware of it. So when
Hmm.
you go into those situations, you're already forearmed, against it. And then also, like I said, don't create voids. If you create a void somehow by removing something, replace it with something positive, then, you know, and then you'll get a lot farther with your goals, your resolutions, your intentions, and so forth. Heidi's in there.
She is. Hi, Heidi.
Hey, Heidi. Heidi says, "Do you mean friars?" Well, yeah, they look like friars, but friars are priests.
Yeah.
But there's a name in the tarot circles that they use, alkalites or something, for them.
Hmm.
The two alkalite. They always go, the two alkalites, blah 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 blah
Okay.
blah. And it's like, okay, whatever. Um,
And I did find the chariot card in my,
yes,
and there's no reins.
exactly. Yep. That
So,
was something that people often miss, so it's pure will,
hmm.
it's not using the reins to bring them together. It's pure will. So what was the card you got again?
Oh,
You held a card up there. I forgot what it was.
for the card of the day,
Yeah.
I had the King of Wands.
Oh yeah, King of Wands. Mhm.
King of Wands, which is kind of interesting because I see that as you had the Hierophant,
Mhm.
and the King of Wands is also a, authority figure. He's an action, but what I noticed about him is he has his little lizard down at the bottom, and it's like he's using everything
Mhm.
everything he has at his disposal to take the actions he needs to take the next step because he's ready.
Ah.
So, yeah, use all of your tools, which includes
Mhm.
thought process, communication process, emotional process. Bring it all into one to make your plans so that you can move forward.
I love that. That kind of lines up with what I was talking about. And so, like, mentioning what all had I mentioned? EFT.
EFT.
NLP, hypnosis. These are all just tools in the toolkit. And so, why go at this, especially if you've tried before? So, okay, so you've tried this before. You've tried diets, you've tried exercise to lose weight. You've tried to quit smoking, and you did. You quit smoking for a year, and then you went back, and then you quit, and then 6 months later you went back. you know, um, stop beating the dead horse. Stop doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Bring in new
Yes.
bring in new tools. So if you try to quit smoking every beginning of the new year, and you have for the last, say, 3 or 4 or 5 years, and it's not working for you, try new tools.
Yes.
Try hypnosis, try NLP, try EFT, use them all together. Yeah. The things you see on TV are total BS, like the gum. Okay. So you're going to get rid of using nicotine by using nicotine. The
Right.
reason why people can't quit smoking, I'm putting on my hypnotherapist hat here. The reason people can't quit or find it really difficult to quit is psychological. It has nothing to do with, oh, I'm addicted to nicotine and I have to wean myself. No, you stop smoking, and 72 hours later, nicotine is completely out of your system. And within, depending on the person, everybody's different. Within those 3 or 4 days, up to maybe a week, week and a half, 2 weeks, any kind of physical addiction is gone. It's completely gone. Everything is after that is psychological. And that is 85-90% of what that is. It's a habit, not an addiction. And so when I would work with clients that want to quit smoking, I would always say, okay, so how long do you sleep at night? And they'll say, oh, 7 hours, 6, 8, 9, whatever. And I'll be like, okay, do you wake up every hour on the hour and go out and smoke cigarette like you do during the day? Well, no, I sleep all the way through 8 hours. Okay. And so if you go to the airport where you can't smoke, and you get on an airplane and you spend 3 hours flying across the country, can you do that? Or are you climbing the walls? Oh, no, it's no problem. I just, put my cigarettes in my bag. I get on the plane. I land. I go to my destination. I pull out and I smoke cigarette. Well, if you were actually addicted to cigarettes, you would not be able to sit on a plane for 3 hours. Or, God forbid, you're flying to Australia or something and you're on the plane for what? I don't know how long those flights take, but they're like 12 hours, 15 hours. You would not be able to do that. You would not be able to sleep at night. If it was the chemical addiction, and you see these doctors, oh, it's like crack. It's worse than heroin. It's like, no, it's not. Have you seen people on heroin try not to shoot up heroin? They don't sleep through the night, folks. That they're disturbed and rolling around and sweating and looking for their next fix. You would be waking up every half hour or at least every hour and having to light up if you were physically addicted to cigarettes and nicotine. By the way, nicotine's not what's bad for you. It can be bad for like a minuscule percentage of people that have uh, heart arrhythmias and problems, because it does increase slightly. I mean, we're talking tiny amount, increases heart rate and blood pressure when you're smoking. And as soon as you stop smoking, it wanes away. nicotine doesn't have harmful effects. I mean, it has all kinds of effects, and yeah, there's an addictive quality to it because of what it does with the receptors. It's the same receptors that dopamine attached to, and so forth. That's true, but it it uh, it's not like an addictive drug like heroin. You know, you can flush it out of your system in 72 hours, and most people stop feeling if there was any effect at all from the nicotine as far as addiction, it's gone within a day or two or three. At the most, it stretches out maybe a week or even up to 2 weeks, but uh, the vast majority of people don't feel physical addiction symptoms at all. The symptoms that you get that you think are a withdrawal, what they really are is your body is now reacting to things that it doesn't normally react to. In other words, nicotine suppresses the reaction to being dehydrated. And people that smoke are universally dehydrated, but it's masked by the effect of the nicotine. Once you get the chemical out of your system, there's nothing to mask it anymore. And so you start getting all of these symptoms. And when you look at the list of symptoms that people, and not everybody gets this, but the ones that do claim to have a physical reaction, when you see that list and then you look up what's the list of symptoms of dehydration, they're identical. It has nothing to do with a withdrawal reaction to the nicotine. It's your body's finally able to say, "Hey, you're not getting enough water. You're dehydrated." But yeah, it's not addicting in the same way. Nicotine is not harmful in and of itself. It's what it is the tar and the carcinogens that are created from burning the tobacco and the paper. That's what and they lace these things with sugar, and they lace it with chemicals. There's like 4,000 chemicals. Some people say up to 7,000 chemicals. I always heard 4,000, and that's the number I use. But they even lace they've God, since the 50s they've been lacing it with sugar. And so when people stop smoking and they crave like gummy bears and stuff, that's why they're not getting their sugar fix from the cigarettes anymore. It's insidious what the tobacco companies do. Um, but the real problem is inhaling smoke. And whether you're in a burning building or smoking a cigarette, it's the same thing. You're inhaling carcinogens that can cause cancer, and you're inhaling tar and all those chemicals. Yeah. So yeah, that's the problem, not the nicotine. That's why I always recommended, when vaping became available, I said, this is a great thing. We because you can control the amount of nicotine, which you can't do with cigarettes. So you start off at a replacement amount and then come down. By the way, they have these ads on TV now where they talk about how there's so much more nicotine in vape, and you think you're using it to quit, but actually it's making it worse. It's like, no, it's not. I've studied this. There's a lot less uh nicotine, usually around 3 milligrams per in the bottle, compared to like 21 in a cigarette, something like that. It's insane. There is a problem though, and that is when you smoke a cigarette. it burns and then it ends. And then you decide when you're going to light up again. With vape, there's nothing, no alarm, nothing to tell you to stop smoking or to stop vaping. It just keeps going until it runs out of juice, right? Some of the newer ones, the newer models of the mods actually have that built in where it does cut it off at a preset, whatever you want to set it at. But the thing is, you can start reducing and reducing and reducing, and actually can get down to zero where there's no nicotine in it at all, and then it's just water vapor. Now, is that good for your lungs? Well, probably not, but it's a hell of a lot better than 4,000 chemicals, as well as carcinogens and tar so yeah. As long as the plan is that you're going to get off the vape, you know, they're really pro vaping in like the UK. The UK medical establishment has used it to get a ton of people off smoking in the UK.
Wow.
It's completely opposite from here. And you've heard all the scare things in the news that over the last 10 years about it and everything. And it's interesting because these supposed problems brought on by vaping and these people going to the hospital and everything, they don't happen in Asia or the United Kingdom or Europe, only in the United States.
Interesting.
Interesting. and, and a huge portion of that problem was because people were mixing vape juice with THC
Hmm.
and then vaping it, and there was certain chemicals involved that were in with THC, which are not present in regular vape juice.
Right.
So that was the problem, was the THC and the other chemicals that came along with it, not the vape juice. Completely different thing, vaping
Hmm.
versus vaping with THC. So, I think it's still a tool that could be used uh, to get off smoking if the plan is to eventually also get off the vaping as well. Don't start
Hmm.
vaping if you've never smoked, but if you're using it to quit smoking, I still think it's a good idea. Um, but I'm not as pro as I used to be. Back in 2015, I was, did a lot of research on this. And 2015, 2016, 2017, I was, really gung ho about the vaping. Now I'm a little not as um, excited about it as a way to quit smoking, only because, again, no off switch. You're sitting there, and I've seen, where people, they use it to quit smoking, and but then they are vaping more and more and more and more, and it gets to be more of a
Hmm.
problem, and people
Oh,
get
and
people get chest
mm,
congestion and things like that. So a much better thing is to just quit, period. And for
yeah.
that, I suggest hypnosis, NLP, EFT, a combination of those things. The things, like patches and gum and everything like that, has a ridiculously low, I think 9%, or maybe it's 5% success rate. It's terrible.
Wow.
Oh
That
yeah, it's
is
horrible.
terrible.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Hypnosis can get up to like 80%, 90%. And of course, it all depends on who your hypnotherapist is. But if you combine that with something else, then it gets up to the 98% success
Hmm.
rate. And they found that with various different kinds of quit smoking concepts, like, the patch, the gum, hypnosis, NLP, EFT, and regular coaching, talk therapy, things like that. They've discovered that combining things works really good. So
Right.
don't just do it on your own. Have a coach that's going to help you quit. uh, make sure it's somebody that has tools in their tool belt where they can take you through EFT tapping, use some NLP, use some hypnosis, and then you'll be a lot more successful with it, and it's
Right.
not just smoking, it's everything. You can use that stuff on everything. It's really cool. Anyway, um, that's a discussion I'd like to have in January. And considering this is the last day of January, I thought I'd get it in there. Talking about habits and because as a hypnotist, my other hat I wear, it's important uh, to let people know that you can do this. You can install good habits. You can quit bad habits. You can reach goals. You know, doing some shuffling here. Oh, and spiritual odyssey. Oh, that's Rosie said. Hard to hypnotize me. Yeah, it depends on the person. Um, but there's no such thing as somebody that can't be hypnotized because we all go into hope. We all go into hypnosis at various points throughout the entire day. So when the first couple of seconds to minutes that you're awake, when you wake up in the morning, you're in hypnosis. You're in an alpha state, a light alpha state. And then you go further up into beta as you get out of the bed, take a shower, get your cup of coffee, and then you're in beta. And then right before you go to sleep, you slip into alpha state again before you fall asleep and go down into theta and delta, go down deep, you know, and REM sleep down there. Delta, I think it is the REM sleep. And but throughout the day, even though you're in beta, you'll go in and out of alpha. So you'll be reading a book and you'll be engrossed in the story. And your husband comes up behind you and says, Michelle, Michelle, yeah, what, honey? You know,
Mm-hmm.
you you were in a state of trance, a hypnosis.
Hmm.
That's all it is. That's all it is. So you go to the movies, and there's 100 other people in the theater. It's a really big theater. All these people, and they're munching on their popcorn and everything. And the movie starts, and you start watching the trailers. By the time you go into the actual movie, and by the way, uh, it isn't an accident that they do it that way. They're setting you up into light alpha before the movie starts so that when you go into the movie you suspend all disbelief and suddenly everything happening around you and everybody around you just drops away and it's as if you've gone into the movie, into the screen. You're just absorbed by it, and yeah, there might be, flashes of where you go uh, out of alpha into beta and you're talking to your friend that you came with or your spouse or
Yeah.
kids or whoever you went to the movie with, but you could slip right back into it, especially because theaters are dark, and it makes, and you have that surround sound now that makes it even more intense, and so it's
Yep.
so easy to go into an alpha state. Then there's road hypnosis. You're driving down the road, you left work and you're thinking about that dinner, you're gonna cook chicken cacciatore tonight and you've never done it, and you're thinking about the ingredients and the process and everything, and the next thing you know you're pulling into your driveway and you're like, how did I
Oh,
even get off
wonderful.
how did I
Yeah.
even get off the right exit off the freeway? It's like, how did I get here? Because you were in an alpha state and you were focused on what you were thinking about, and your autonomic system, your subconscious just took over and drove you home. And these are examples of going in and out of a trance. Hypnosis is just trance on purpose when we're talking about like hypnotherapy. Use a hypnotist using a trance state in order to put something into your subconscious mind that you want them to do. And by the way, there's people that want to put it into your subconscious mind that you don't want them to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
they're doing it. It's called commercial television. Yeah, it's actually all advertisement. And they have uh huge staffs of neuroscientists, hypnotherapists, and all NLP practitioners helping them with their ad campaigns and how to get people into trance without them knowing it, and them, wanting to get that McNugget, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd say. Let's see.
Let me give out the phone number because we didn't do that yet and we're 40 minutes into the show.
Oh,
But
goodness.
it's really crazy. It's actually worse than yesterday. There are no calls, and in radio you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to pretend calls, but I'm saying that because there are people watching, and there's people that are in the chat with us here, and there's people that are listening on Blog Talk. We're simulcasting on radio and our live video stream on YouTube. You can call in at 714-816-4628 because it's wide open. So if you call in right now, you're going to be the first caller. 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through on your dial pad, press 1. Lets us know you want to be live on air. But hey, if we don't get any questions or calls, um,
Let's see.
that's
Well,
perfectly fine.
Heidi has a question.
Okay, but let me finish. The
Oh,
reason why is because we actually have a lot of really cool things to talk about today.
we
And we haven't
do.
yeah, we haven't even gotten to some of the cool stuff. But Heidi had a question about what?
Um, she says she is being met with a lot of combative behavior and negativity with a specific person at work and wants to know if you can draw a card for her.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I'm getting the 10 of Wands.
Hmm.
So I don't know if although I highly suspect it's actually the other person, is the reason why they're acting this way might be that they're heavily overburdened with stuff right now. And it might not even relate to work. She said it was coworker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something, something in work. Yeah.
Yeah, with a specific person at work.
Yeah. And then I get the Tower card. So I don't know if you're bringing this up because something unexpected happened recently, because that's one of the meanings of the Tower card. But it also, for me, often is talking about a shift in foundations is needed. Some kind of shift in foundations, and then something. So the Fool card's showing up, and that's about taking a leap of faith. So it's like something you're thinking about doing, but you haven't made the leap yet. Does that make any sense? Let us know, Heidi. What about you, Michelle? You get anything good?
Well, I got the Nine of Swords.
Oh, I wonder if it's actually keeping her up at night.
So, yeah, there is something on her mind on one of their minds, that is really, really troubling. And they're probably bringing it to the front. And then the next card I got was the High Priestess,
Mm,
which means there may be somewhere there's some lack of balance on her part, maybe. And she doesn't have I feel like she doesn't have anybody to talk to, anybody to trust. And maybe remind her of someone from her past, and she's just really burdened with that, and she doesn't know how to handle the situation. And
Okay.
so, yeah, I would say just be gentle with her.
Yeah. Trying to look this up here. Oh, okay. Spiritual Odyssey. Rosie was asking something, and I was trying to figure out what she means by that. And so I was trying to look it up, but I can't find it on the web here. But she's on the phone line, so we're going to bring her
Oh,
on.
good. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Spiritual Odyssey was in the chat. You guys probably saw her in there yesterday. Found out that's Rosie from the Tarot Guild. She was a premium member, but yesterday she did the where is it now? She took the leap of faith. She did the full card, and she joined the lifetime membership here at the guild. Now she's a lifetime member and doesn't have to worry about it anymore. Yeah. And then we got her onto the new website, psychic.cafe, which, I haven't done that yet today. I should put up the URL there. It's www.psychic.cafe. So just open a new tab in your browser. You don't really have to do the www even. You can just do psychic.cafe.
Mhm.
The reason why I put the WW in is so you know why I write it like that, Michelle, is so people realize that it's a URL. If they see the
Right.
www, because sometimes I put psychic.cafe and they don't realize that dot cafe is like .com, .net, .org, .life, dot I mean, they have domain extensions now, hundreds of them for everything, right? And dot cafe is one of them. And we were lucky enough to get psychic dot cafe. So all you really have to do is open a tab in your browser, type in psychic dot cafe, and it'll take you to the
Yep.
website. And it's free to join. So, come on, pop over there. And you can also visit our pages while you're on there. After you join, you can message Michelle and I from our pages. There's our pages over there, psychic dot cafe /Michelle, and I'm /Dax. So all of our hosts, the co-hosts, all of us that you see here on the network, that's how you get to their page. It's their first name. So /Catherine /Maria, who else? /Janice /Pamela
Yep.
/Ellie, you know, all of us on the network. Okay. And then before we go to the phone lines and chat with Rosie real quick, I think Dan wanted us to pull a card. I think we pulled a card for him yesterday, right?
I think we did.
See if something different comes up, I guess. Yep. Ten of Swords. Okay, something is literally dead and over. It's done. It's done. So I don't know what that is, Dan. What is it that's done? The sun is dawning in the background there, and the dark skies are, fading away, which is really great. But this is one of those, one door closes, another door opens. But literally, it's overkill with that's way too many swords, thoughts, and ideas. It's the beating the dead horse kind of card. And I got the Four of Cups too. So in conjunction with that, it's like there are things, options that are available to you that you're aware of that you're not completely thrilled with, and then there's this other one that is available, but you're unaware that it's available. So there's like something you're missing here. But is there something you're emotionally not satisfied with? And that's what these cards are talking about. What did you get? Did you pull a card for Dan?
I got the 10 of Wands,
Oh my gosh.
which I feel
Does he
like
got a lot going on? Does he got a lot going on?
he does. And I feel like I know he is carrying his burdens, and
Mm.
he's carrying them towards the home instead of away from the home, and burying
Mm.
them and letting them go. And I feel
Mm.
like that's what he needs to do. He needs to
Yeah.
take these burdens that are over and take them away, bury them, and then come back and get ready for the new that's coming.
Yeah, that's like my 10 of swords. Same thing.
Mm-hmm. Because the next card was the Page of Cups.
Ah.
Let's see if I can get it closer.
Yep.
And it's there. There's fish in the cup. The cup has there's something in the cup for him, but he's got to let go of all of this before the messenger will come with that. So that's what I'm seeing.
Gotcha. I was just looking at what Heidi said back in the chat about the person she's having trouble with, that thinks she's the boss,
Oh,
and the rest of us won't fall in line for her, and it's really stressful. That's
ah,
funny. Oh, we got MK in the chat now. MK did a message, but then retracted the message. So if you have a question, MK, just go ahead and type it in there, one or two lines of what you want to know. Or if you just want a general message from the universe, just say, hey, guys, pull a card for me, please, something like that. And we'll pull a card. Meanwhile, we're going to go over to the phone lines. One thing I wanted to mention, we have a lot of things that we were going to talk about on today's show, including continuing that conversation from yesterday, right? Uh,
mm-hmm.
about, Prime, and
Yes.
we'll get to all that, but the only thing I want to mention is, first of all, because you're on with me, for people to join your group,
Mm-hmm.
psychic.cafe/mystic corner, psychic.cafe/mystic corner. Go join her group, because that's actually going to become a YouTube/radio show.
Yes.
Michelle's Mystic Corner, which I'm so excited about. And look at that.
Oh, that's so nice.
I made up the banner for your new show. And
Woohoo!
it looks like it's going to be the second and fourth Sunday. Sorry, Saturdays. The second and
Yes.
fourth Saturdays. Yeah. So that's really cool. The first one is March 10th. And so the second one would be 14 days later. So what, March? I'm sorry, February. February.
February. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting all tongue twisted. When I was making up this banner, I was typing out second and fourth Saturdays, and we already talked about it's February 10th, February 24th,
Mhm. Yep.
and for some reason I'm getting all tongue twisted. I'm having trouble, and I'm saying Sunday and March, and I don't know where the hell that's coming from. Anyway, back up, second and fourth Saturdays. So your first show will be on the 10th
And
of this month coming up here. It's like tomorrow, starts tomorrow, the
starts
1st of
tomorrow.
February already. Yeah. So the 10th of February and then the 24th of February.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be really cool. What are you going to talk about on Michelle's Mystic Corner?
We are going to talk about the little magical plant called the Rose of Jericho, which is not a
Ah,
rose.
the Rose of Jericho. It's not a rose.
No,
Yeah,
it is a
but
plant.
actually, what I was getting at, what I meant was not specifically what you're going to talk about on the show on the
Oh,
10th. in general, why do we listen in the Mystic Corner? What kind of things are you going to be talking about?
Mm. We're going to be talking about tarot and numerology, and we can talk about herbs, and we're going to do readings. We're going to
Hmm.
do on air readings and the YouTube readings in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we're just going to, every month we'll have a subject that we'll talk about and then go into the readings.
Awesome, awesome. So when Michelle created her group, she popped up this picture, which is the background in this banner, and everybody liked it. Um, I think it's pretty neat.
It just is so, I could just sit in there for hours.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, and straight in the middle on the bookshelf, there's all the books, and then there's something that's blue or greenish or something on the third or fourth shelf up in the center.
Yes.
And yeah, I can't make out what that is, but it's just very, very like it attracts your attention. You're like, what is that? What is that? What is that? That secret glowing thing. Anyway, so I took that picture and made up the banner. Now that it's morphing into her show, it's like, oh, we can use the same image. And then I did a lot of work on your picture. I took the background out, and I had to do painting and everything to get rid of some stuff that wouldn't go away, just to make it really perfect, and then pop it up on there. I'm really happy how it came out,
Hmm.
and getting you on there, and you're holding your cards there, and you got this great smile thing going on and all. So cool. Yeah.
I
So,
love it. Yes.
yep, yep. And we were just talking in the green room. I'm going to guest co-host with Michelle while she gets her feet wet.
Yep.
So we won't just like throw her into the lion's den without any preparation or anything. Yes, yes. Okay. So we're before we go into anything else, we're going to go back over to the phone lines here, and we know that Rosie's waiting for us. So I'm going to bring her mic live. Hey, Rosie. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, Dax. Hi, Michelle. Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, this is so fun having you
Yes.
on here.
Yeah. I was wondering if you'd have time. I don't know how long you go. Got a lot I'd like to share, but I would like to kind of
We
give
got
you an
plenty of
idea,
time.
a proposal that I have in mind. Are you there?
Yeah, I just
Hmm.
said we have plenty of time, and then you were saying something about some kind
Oh,
of
okay.
something, some kind of proposal, something. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I've got an idea. I've got an idea, and I'd like to share it with you.
Okay.
Okay. As you know, I just became a lifetime member, and I'm starting your course, Tarot by the Numbers. I just went through the introductory video this morning, and I was thinking, sitting there listening to you talking about how Michelle's got her new show going, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been kicking this idea around for a while, and I thought, well, why not do a show actively learning tarot to share the ups and downs and successes and struggles with everybody else going through tarot by the numbers. I thought that might be interesting to share with others, you know, what the process is.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think something like that could be done, if somebody wanted to
Hmm.
tackle that.
Uh, Well, see, because I do, if you do some searching, I have a YouTube channel already, but that one covers a whole gamut of different interests that I'm into besides tarot. And I was just sitting here thinking, well, I would probably make a separate channel and maybe call it something like "Welcome to my spiritual odyssey through tarot," and then do it exclusively for learning tarot, and then taking questions and getting input from other people who are trying to learn, and maybe giving some comfort and some encouragement to other people who are trying to learn tarot too. I'm not the only one, and I better not be the only one out here doing, learning this thing. So I don't want to do it alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely can do that. Once we're just starting out with the new website, and we haven't even and everybody that's on the website now is by accident, really, except for the staff. Whether they're a member of the guild, or they're a radio listener or a YouTube viewer, it's just been through, organic people hearing
Sure.
the show and coming on. It's going to take us a while to get everybody actually moved over from the old website, because there, first of all, we have to get a hold of everybody.
Sure.
And as you just did yesterday, you have to manually get onto the new website. Um, there's no way for me to like move 700 people over, you know. Um,
Oh,
it would be way too much work, so everybody's going to have to
sure.
migrate themselves over. But eventually everybody that's already enrolled in the course, or so you got people that paid for my course years ago. You have other people that got the discount through the premium membership, and then lifetime members get the course free when they join as a lifetime member. So eventually we'll get all those people in that private group for the course, and then we'll have hundreds in there instead of just a few people, and then people will be able to go through this together. And that's kind of the plan, to have that group. And
Sure.
why, and that's why it's private. Well, it's private because all the course materials are on there, and it's a paid program, so we can't just put that out
Oh, yeah.
on the airwaves.
Right. I got
the
you.
other part of it is that that's always been the plan, is once we get everybody in there, we can start doing monthly or bi-weekly Zoom meetings where we all get on and we talk about the process of learning and where everybody's at, and questions about the material from the course and everything. And we can have live get-togethers all the time, and so forth. So I'm just saying that is already in the works. So that may actually be a better
Okay.
thing than to do a show.
Okay.
It would
Well,
be like
like you
it
said,
would be
this is
like
all
doing
new,
this.
so I don't know what everything you're doing.
Yeah, well, that's true too. You gotta wait a couple months and let everything gel, because it's going to take a while to get everything set up. The
Sure.
website, the website is working and functioning, and everybody gets their profile when they go on there, and they can use all of the neat features and stuff just like Facebook. But we have a lot of material that needs to be moved over. I've got like 98% of the course onto the course group. There's a couple of like PDF handouts that I haven't installed yet because I'm remaking them. I'm making them nicer, fixing typos that have bothered me for like, I don't know, a decade, that I've been wanting to fix and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, we're gonna fix all that, get that up there, and I think doing our lives, um, doing them as Zoom meetings live, would be
Hmm.
basically the same thing, you know. Um,
Okay.
I'm not sure it would work as a show on the network, but it's
Okay.
practically the same thing, you know.
Okay.
Yep.
And
But I do want to kick around some ideas.
Hmm.
I'd like to have my own show eventually, and I'd like to know,
Sure.
I don't
hmm,
have enough. I don't have enough experience to just do a professional tarot show. That would be kind of, it just wouldn't be.
Hmm.
I just don't feel right about it. But I would like to find a um, criteria that would fit where I'm at. So that's, because I
Hmm.
do want to share my journey somehow, you know. So, but I don't want to
Sure, sure.
infringe on what you're already doing. And my apologies. I didn't know that you had all this in the works, but, at least I know what's going on, and, I can jump in and support what you're doing. But, yeah,
Hmm.
on the other hand, I need some ideas.
Yeah. Well, as far as
So,
going through the learning process and the journey, that's best done again with a private Zoom meetings and with all of us working together, and posting things on the group so people can see them and respond and help out. Um, it if it's a general question, or and a lot of it will be just general about numerology
hmm.
and tarot. We can talk about it on these shows, and also you right there on the main community page, you can ask anything you want. Now if it's something that's proprietary, that's specific to my course, I prefer people to obviously
Hmm.
ask that in the private group,
Sure.
for that.
Yep. I
Um,
gotcha. I gotcha.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad I asked.
And
I'm
then,
glad I
and then,
asked because that way, it gives everybody
right.
clarity.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And, but to finish up, okay. So that I was just talking about the learning process. Now doing a show is after the learning process. In other words, you don't want to start doing a show when you're in the middle of the learning process. The idea of the show is I'm confident and ready to be a professional reader and to take on professional clients that I'm charging money. And so the idea of the show is to put you and your services out there, like Michelle is doing, starting this February here, this next month, you know. And the idea is, to promote you. And there's two ways to do it. One way is to do your own show, like Michelle's going to do, and she has her own title and everything like that. And that's more when you're like more confident, you've done some shows, have some things under your belt, you've done some test shows on YouTube or Blog Talk or what have you. But the other way you can do it is you can come on these shows that are specifically, one of the reasons, I don't want to say it's the only reason, but because it's not. But one of the big reasons to have these shows, why we're going beyond doing the custom named shows that we've always had, And we used to have 8, 9 shows, 10 shows. And so we were on 7 days a week. We had 14 hosts, Um, now we don't have as many custom shows, so it doesn't fill up the whole week. So for 2024, I decided to go ahead and start popping on and doing shows and inviting members to come and hang out and be guest co-hosts like Michelle's doing right now. So that's the way to get your feet wet, So basically, go through the courses, start reading for people, and then once you're confident, go through the certification process, you get certified, then start seeing paying clients. And then that point is when you go, okay, I'm going to start going on these psychic talk shows and showing people, my reading style, my personality, what I'm capable of, taking some calls, doing some short mini readings and so forth like that. And the whole idea there is to promote you and your services, and then you have your profile, custom page, everything will be on Psychic Cafe, and we can send people, just like why I have these URLs up for people to go over and chat with Michelle and I and book readings with us and so forth, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then once you've done that, if you feel like you want to do your own private show where it's just you and no other co-hosts, unless they're your co-hosts that you're bringing on to your custom show, then you can do that. But that's down the line. You got to pace yourself here. You get out of the gate and start doing readings for people before you go professional, before you get certified, before you do shows, and then definitely before you do a private show, your own private custom show with your own name. So for those that are new, there's shows like on Friday, Catherine Hahn has Compassionate Light. That's the name of her show. The Angelic View on the first and third Sundays with Maria Moss. The Angelic View. That's the custom name of her show. It's her show. She can just Catherine doesn't by herself. Wisdom of the Soul with Janice Fuchs, she does hers by herself. Maria has me on as guest co-host only because she's getting used to video, and so I'm taking care of a lot of the technical aspect and the phone lines and things like that, all the background stuff. That's why I'm on there as a guest co-host. But it's her show, and she's just, she would normally just be Maria on the show, just like Michelle's Mystic Corner will be. It's mostly just going to be Michelle, doing her show. But the first couple, 2 or 3 episodes, I may be on there as a guest co-host just to help out with technical stuff. So I hope that makes I hope that makes a broader picture for you.
I want you to know that years ago, I actually did have a blog talk radio show. I actually did.
That's
years
good.
ago.
Yeah,
nice.
That's nice.
It was called What's Your Story, and I actually interviewed the world champion Toastmasters winner. So I've had a little experience with blog talk, but a lot of things have changed.
Well, we do both.
At least I kind of know how some of that works.
Right. Well, we do both here on Psychic Talk Network, and you're welcome to join us. It's just there's a process.
Okay.
And we.
Okay. Well, before I hang up, could you guys pull a card for me?
Yeah, we'll do that. But I just want to let you know, Rosie, there's a process. We've got to get you, ready to do the readings, and then we have to set. And when you're ready, we can get you certified. And then the other thing is
I heard that.
we need to set up your profile. We need to set up a custom page, that has your reading buttons on it and everything, and get that all set up for you and all. So there's a process to this. A lot of things we need to
Sure.
get done
Gotcha.
first. And that, because
Yep.
if you think logically, it's like, well, if I'm going to be on shows, I have to have somewhere to send them, so we need to get that set up on the website for you. And so, Michelle, you
Mm-hmm.
go first. What are you getting for
Okay.
Rosie?
So I got the first card I drew
And
was
my
the eight of Pentacles, which there is good things coming for you. There's I don't know if it's financial, I don't know if it's physical, but there's going to be some work ahead of you for you to get that.
Mm-hmm.
I did draw the Temperance card, which means you're going to need to have patience and balance in your own life, in your own self, in order to be able to move forward and work that. And then I also drew the Hanged Man. So you need to just step back, look at all the perspectives, all the different angles for what you were reaching for. Make sure you have everything in balance and work towards your goals, because your goal is going to come to fruition.
Fruition.
Fruition. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's what I'm seeing
yeah,
from these cards.
my biggest question was, it had to do with balance, balancing my time,
Mm-hmm.
prioritizing my goals, because I have several things that I'm interested in, and I need to sit down and figure out what I really want to do. There's more than one
Mm-hmm.
thing that's important to me, so I have to
Right,
really
right.
work on my balance. So that
You
really
need to
hit home.
prioritize a lot, and we all do. But see, I think people, they make it so much more difficult than it really is. It
Yeah.
you need to look at things and go, okay, I really want this. I'm going to do this first, and then estimate how long that's going to take. Okay, I need to work on this for the next 2 months, let's say. Okay, February, March. All right. And then the next thing, okay, well, February, March, April, maybe all of April you work on the second thing. April, May, June, maybe May and June you work on this third thing. You know, it if you it's analysis paralysis. It happens to me all the time. I if you saw the list of things that I have to do to finish up the Psychic Talk, I mean the Psychic Cafe website, you'd freak out, because there is so much functionality. I mean, I haven't even installed the system that allows us to take payments on the website yet. So I can't even, I haven't even set up the subscriptions yet, for membership and everything. That's why we're doing the lifetime membership and just extending it out, because one, I want everybody to be able to take advantage of it, but two, it's just a payment off on our payment provider, Square, because we don't have anything on the website to do it yet. Because like I keep telling everybody, the lifetime membership is going to go away, and right after this sale goes away, so does the lifetime membership, and it's going to be X amount per month, and that's going to be set up on the website. But I haven't even set that all up. That's a whole bunch of technical things I have to do in the background, and that's just one of about 50 things on this list.
Goodness.
So you have to put them on a list, and then put them in the order you want to do them, prioritize them, estimate how long they're going to take, and then go, okay, for the next 2 weeks, I am not looking at anything but this, whatever that thing is that you want to get done. And see, I think that's what's really holding you back, because as I pull cards for you, the Two of Swords comes up. it's like you're unwilling or unable to make this decision to get the ball rolling. You have the goals. Oh, geez, got cards flying all over everywhere. Um, so real quickly, you've got the goal. Okay, it's showing up as the Page of Pentacles, right? But again, this card showed up many times throughout January here. People got to leave their comfort zone and start on the actual trail that leads to the goal at the summit of that mountain outside of the walled garden. You got to get out of your comfort zone. Okay. And then you'll be able to make slow, steady progress. This is what I was talking about. Slow, steady progress. Okay. Make it through the course. Start reading for people. Start getting experience under your belt. Start feeling comfortable. Maybe then after that, start charging some clients. Get your the custom part of your profile on Psychic Cafe all set up. I'm gonna help you do that, get that all set up, and we have the new reading platform that's built in Loki that'll allow you to do you could do telephone readings, you could do video chat readings, you could do text only chat. You can do them instantly with clients, or you can have them push the book button and book a session with you. We can get you on the Loki system that I just described when you're ready to do readings. And then we'll move on from there. So Knight of Pentacles, it's all about slow, steady progress here. And then after that, the Star card and the Two of Cups. Okay. So eventually you'll be ready to be the star. And that's referring to your own show. And then the Two of Cups. What's going on in the Two of Cups? It's attraction. It's attraction. That's the whole idea of the shows and why you want to be a star. And it's because of the attraction. What happens is you become seen as the expert, because anybody that does a YouTube channel like this for any length of time, podcast, radio, and or writes a book, let's say. So you write a book, you're an instant expert. You do a podcast, YouTube channel, radio. We're doing all three at the same time. You become the expert because people see you and they get to know you. They hear you talking and putting your information out there, and they go, oh wow, she really knows what she's talking about. And yeah, not everybody's going to go, oh, I like Michelle's personality. Some people are going to be like, I don't like Michelle's personality.
That's okay.
And those people will go away. You don't want those people. You want the people that are your 1,000 raving fans. Okay. And you'll be able to attract them by becoming the star and attracting them in. And when you attract the people in as the star, what happens is they like and now trust you. And so they will therefore then buy from you. They will book you for readings. They will, book you to do a numerology report for them. They'll buy a numerology report. They'll buy a guided meditation. They'll buy your book. They'll buy your deck. They'll buy, that's the goal. But these things are the goal. This is at the end of the process. Right now is this. The High Priestess. Yep. That's what's right now. That and the Two of Swords. Those are the first two cards I picked that came out. And so you need to make the decision to do it, which is also figuring out in what order you want to do what, prioritizing your goals. And then this is the main thing, becoming more in touch with your psychic ability and your ability to do readings. That's the main thing to work on now. So there you go. That's what cards came up for you. It was pretty perfect, I think. But
Mhm.
Well, like
thanks
I
for
said,
calling in.
I can concentrate my YouTube shows on other subjects for now, and
Sure.
so it all makes sense. So thank
Awesome.
you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Yep. And we'll talk again soon. And
Mhm.
there'll be some, private lives that you can jump on, Zoom calls with other students and us. Oh, that was a lot of talking. Sorry. Got really dry there. That's
No
why
worries.
you're always supposed to have water near you when you are broadcasting.
Yep.
Drink lots of water. If you do nothing else this year, drink more water, people. I want to see if there's anything going in. Oh, Maria's in there. Not Maria. God damn. I don't lots of phlegm. I just can't get rid of it, no matter how much water I drink here.
Hi, Maria.
Yeah,
How are
not
you today?
so not Maria the host, but uh the viewer listener that comes in the chat and joins us.
Mm-hmm.
She's in there, and then there's Hellsbury,
Kels?
Kelsbreek or something.
Kelsbert?
Yeah, can I request a read? You don't have to request a reading, folks. Okay. There's no list to get on, nothing like that. If you want something general, like you want a message from the universe, the cards, what have you, just say, hey guys, can you please pull a card for me? Just type it in there. Now, if you have a very, very specific question, try to get it down to like 1 or 2 sentences and then type that in. Just type your question in. We take them in the order they come in. Otherwise, give us a call, 714-816-4628. We'd love to chat with you on here, like we're going to chat right now with area code 918. Caller, what's your
Hi,
name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Shelly, and I'm calling from Oklahoma.
Shelly,
Hi.
from Oklahoma. Mm.
Yes. And I
What
just
can
want
we
you to
do?
pull a card for me.
Sure. You just want a general something, something,
Huh?
something.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. You go ahead when you're ready, Michelle.
Okay.
It's funny, people say tell me to pull a card for them, and I never pull just one card. I just, I don't
I
think
know.
it's like I tell my students, I go,
Well,
you don't have a real reading unless you pull multiple cards in my book.
Mm-hmm.
But even
and
and I know the
I
difference
probably
between.
need multiple.
Yeah, you probably need. Okay, but no, what I was saying is, I realized the idea of brevity on shows and just pulling a card and everything like that. And I tried it. Oh my God, it's been 14 years doing this. And I have tried on and off. It would come in my head. Yeah, that's it. I'm just pulling one card per caller from now on. And I pull a card. I'm like,
I
okay,
need more.
let me pull a couple more. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's different when it's oracle cards. Certain oracle decks you can just pull one card, and sometimes the message is right there on the card.
Right.
And it's really obvious. But with tarot,
No, you need a couple cards with tarot.
yeah. Well, I don't like doing general messages to begin with. The best thing for tarot works best when you ask a really, 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 really specific question. And then you pull cards, you get an answer, and then going off that answer, okay, what is the next question that this leads to? And then pull more cards. You
Yep.
know, I know some people are really great at this, and they're just much more flowery and able to just like pop things off the top of their head than I am. Like
And that's
Michelle, who's going to tell us right now what did you
okay.
get?
So the first card I pulled was the Magician, which tells me there's something you want, something you are trying to manifest in your life, but it's not coming to you. And I feel like you don't know how to get what it is you want. But he has
That's
all of his.
probably.
I'm sorry?
I said that's probably really true.
Well, with this card, he has all of his tools available to him. So you have tools available to you. You just have to look around and find what your tools are. The second card I pulled was the Three of Pentacles. So there's some financial aspect going on. Maybe you need some help in that area. Maybe you need to ask a family friend or a family member for advice or a loan or something in that area. And then the third card that I pulled was the Queen of Swords. So you need to really take actions on your thoughts and communications, because that's where you're really going to thrive and grow. Because you want to move forward. This queen is moving forward, but you're not going to move forward unless you communicate in the proper manner. But in order to do that, because the last card I pulled was the Death card, you need to let go of the things that are holding you back.
Oh,
because
that's been the theme throughout January.
It has.
Everybody letting go of all this 2023 stuff. And
so if you want to move forward, you got to let go of some of those thoughts and ideas that are holding you back, and use the tools that you do have available to you, and reach out. I'm sorry,
Michelle, those cards look small to me. Yeah, they're not like a standard size, are they? They're more like a playing card size.
They are. This is my. They're
the one from the tin. I love that. Yeah. It's the Smith-Waite tarot deck in a tin. It's the Centennial edition. It was 100. Yeah, 1909 to what was it?
2009.
2009.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Sounds good. Hey, my stuff goes right along with your stuff for Shelly there, and you'll not believe what my third card was.
Oh my goodness.
The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. That's what I got the same card for the third card as you, but I'm going to start at the beginning, which is the High Priestess. So this came up for Rosie, right? I just shuffled. I swear to God, I shuffled, but I got the High Priestess again. So just like Rosie, okay, that's the hint from the tarot. Oh, and you were talking about tools, Michelle. This is the tool, your own intuition, psychic ability. The tarot wants you to learn, or maybe we'll say the message from the universe is, the High Priestess connecting with your intuition, psychic ability, studying it, practicing it. That's what the message is. And then right after that, the Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune starts to turn in Shelley's favor. She can make more progress.
Yay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we end up at that Queen of Swords. And the message I got with that is, okay, the Wheel and the High Priestess were, okay, they were like this. when I laid them out, right? The Queen of Swords always faces the future. Have you noticed?
Yep.
But she can be in the past or towards the future. Now, in this spread, she's out here, so she's in the future. Okay. And her back is, I got to look at it. So her back is to the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune. Now, when I look at the Queen of Swords, this is like a little learning moment, not really so much for Shelley, but more for the tarot readers out there that are learning. Um, for me, when the Queen of Swords is before or facing cards, it's telling those cards to look at things more analytically. But in this case, the cards come before and she has her back to them. Okay. So before taking the practical analytical approach, which happens in the future, her back is to the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune, saying you got to let go of the overthinking. You stop mentally analyzing it and just physically or emotionally do it. Just do it. And what's the do it? Okay, so the do it is the High Priestess, is the getting in touch with your psychic side, getting in touch with your intuitive abilities, and that gets the ball rolling, or in this case, the wheel turning, the ball rolling. I love it. Yeah. So that's what I got for you, Shelley.
Nice.
Okay. Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for the call. Thanks for
Need to get
calling
this
Same here.
in. Yeah, and happy New Year to you. Enjoy the rest of your and
Oh, yes.
yeah, and if there's more about that or what you're doing or what this relates to, call back in and we'd love to chat with you. We're here every day now. However, I have to make programming announcement, for this week because tomorrow's a very special birthday of uh, one of my bestest friends, and we were all born in the same year, the year of the dragon, 1964. David and Dennis and me, and all the D names. Yeah, yeah, and I love dragons, but he turns 60 tomorrow, February 1st. So we're probably going to be celebrating stuff, and so we're not going to do a show tomorrow. And then let's see, Friday, of course, Catherine will have her show, and hopefully she'll be back. And then Saturday, we're going to take that off as well because I have a house committee meeting at the Legion the first Saturday of the month. And I used to just skip them and not go because I was doing the show with Mary. But now that Mary is no longer with us and so forth, and I basically the show on Saturdays was Tarot Today. It's one of our custom shows that her and I were doing together. And now that she can no longer do it, we put Tarot Today on the back burner. We're going to use that title for shows that involve tarot today. So, like, new books and decks coming out and interviewing the authors and the deck creators and interviewing teachers and anything related to tarot like that. We'll pull out Tarot Today for that. But in the meantime, it's going to be on the back burner, and we're just going to do psychic talk on Saturdays and all the days of the week that we don't have custom shows. But two things. One, that allows me now to go ahead and start taking that first Saturday off and go into the house committee meeting. And number two, it opens up the slot. And that's why I told Michelle, I said, Michelle, Saturdays, it's open. We're not doing tarot today anymore. You can jump in there, maybe the second and fourth. And the reason she wanted to do every other week, and the reason why I said the second, fourth is because I can't be here to help you on the first. So instead of saying the first and the third Saturdays, I said the second and the 4th. So the first Saturday, there won't be a show that month. And then your show, then I'll be on Psychic Talk on that'll be like the
The
third
third.
Saturday. The 4th Saturday will be your show. And then if there's a 5th Saturday, we'll do another Psychic Talk show.
There we go.
Or take a break.
Yes.
Yes. So no show tomorrow. Catherine on Friday, no show on Saturday. And then I'll be on as guest co-host with Maria G. Moss on The Angelic View this coming Sunday. And then there'll be shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm going to see
right.
I'm going to see if Ellie can pop on or Pamela. Pamela said she's available. She'll pop in. Maybe when there's like 3 or 4 of us can all be on at the same time.
Oh, that'll be fun. I would love that.
So let me know if you want to do Monday or if you want to do, this week you did Monday. Hey, start the week out right, you said. Or let me know if you want to. Let me know if you want to do Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll see what Ellie says. I'm still waiting to hear back from her because she's doing some interviews and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to pop your group up there again, psychic.cafe/mystic corner. Go over and join her group because you'll start to see the upcoming shows.
Yes.
Yeah. And you could also always check our events. We have an events section on the website. And I think the last show on the events thing I think it's the Friday show actually. And like, I haven't put the upcoming shows. So I got to work on that. So, but each show has its own group on the website, and upcoming and past shows are all on there. All righty. So Michelle's Mystic Corner coming up.
Woo-hoo!
Brand new show.
So looking forward to it.
Gonna be fun. So Psychic Spin is something we want to bring back too, that we Mary and I used to do on the Saturday shows. And because we're running out of time, I don't want to get into it today, but remind me the next show we do together, we are going to do we're going to talk about, these ads on Prime Video and talk about streaming services in general and pull cards.
Okay.
And so for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Psychic Spin, it's like how, it's like, you have the talking heads and, the news or people on commentary and, YouTube and podcasts and everything. But we have an advantage because we can pull cards and do numerology. Yes. And so we put a psychic spin on the news. And so that's the concept for Psychic Spin. And we can pull cards on, we do these readings on the shows and with private clients on their, personal issues and so forth like that. But we can also do this with current affairs and other big things. Yeah. So we're going to start doing that.
Yay.
And I already told you about the upcoming schedule, basically shows daily, but there'll be, here and there where we're not going to do a show. Remember to come over and grab us a cup of coffee, psychic.cafe/coffee. And as I've been telling you guys all month now, you can buy us a cup of coffee and we'll bring you on no waiting. Yeah, it's actually the secret back door. That's what you do. You go to psychic.cafe/coffee before or during a show and say, your name and area code, or that you're going to be in the chat and you're going to have your question. And regardless of where you fall in the caller queue, we'll take your question first and we'll take your call first. In fact, we'll come on air and go right to your call. No waiting. And all you have to do is just buy us a cup of coffee. Go over to psychic.cafe/coffee. The New Year's sale is still going on. I have not decided exactly when I'm going to end this, but we're at the end of the month now. So maybe this coming weekend. Anyway, but Rosie in the chat there, she jumped on that yesterday. So, go ahead and jump on that before it goes away. Also, besides 75% off my, besides 75% off our lifetime membership, there's 50% off my readings on that same page. Just scroll down. So the way you get to that is either psychic.cafe/New Year, or go over to the website psychic.cafe, and right there on the main page, the community channel, there in the stream, the wall, it's pinned to the top. It's like the first, or actually, I think it's the second post. You'll see this banner. And as I mentioned already, Catherine's going to be starting a new series of shows for February on this Friday, and I'll be on with Maria on Sunday. Can't wait for that. It's going to be fun. Can't wait. Okay, so we got to get out of here, but let's take another call or something. And let me know if you see any questions in the chat.
I do. I see 2 questions in the chat.
Okay, well, we'll see if we have time to get to them. Remember, we don't always have time to get to all the questions in chat and all the phone calls. So remember, you can always call the next show, which is normally the next day. Only today it's actually Friday. You can call in on Catherine's show, and then you can call in Sunday on Maria's show. But normally it's the next day. So you can write that phone number down. It's 714-816-4628. It's good for all of our shows all week long. So if we don't get to your show, you just call in the next day or get in the chat the next day and ask again. But we'll try to get as many as we can. Let's see, area code 631. Hello, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hi, Long Island, New York. Christine.
Christine from Long Island. Actually, I knew that because Maria used to live in Long Island and she had a 631 area code, but I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. Christine from Long Island.
Hi, how you been? Good?
Pretty good. Happy New Year. How's your year starting out for you?
Happy New Year. Well, I would say it's got its stressful moments, but a couple of things that happened this week, and they went well, right? So I'm hoping that my question today is something that would have a positive outcome, but I can deal with it, either way. I have an ongoing house project that we've kind of it seems so overwhelming that you tend to ignore it, and then you go, oh, maybe we fix that, right? So there's a little bit of water coming in over here. Maybe it's coming from the chimney. Maybe it's coming from the bathroom above. Nobody can figure it out. So I have somebody coming over who we've used in the past, but I guess I'm looking to see if I've picked the right person, or you see any resolve after all these years with this person or in the future. I know that's a loaded question, but I guess maybe is this person the right person? Will you find what it really is?
I don't think I've ever gotten a question for the cards involving plumbing,
No, the house. No, the house. I'm sorry. Did I say car?
Okay. Maybe I misunderstood. I wasn't quite getting. You had the sprawling story there, and I just got lost in it, and I don't really know what the actual question is. Okay, so let's back up, Christine. Okay. What is the actual question you're asking?
Okay, in my living room, there's a fireplace, and there's a problem with the chimney. There was a problem with the outside chimney. It was kind of pulling away from the house. So we had what we thought was water coming in from that, but we ended up making an enclosure around it, strap it to the house and things like that. And there's a bathroom above the ceiling. I'm on the main floor right now. So there's a bathroom above me, and I'm looking at the fireplace. They say it's all sealed up from the exterior, but we still can't find out where the water is coming in. There's a little bit on the wall now. There's some on the ceiling coming from the second floor. So we can't figure out, is it a window? Is it the chimney? Is it getting in the chimney stack and going against the house when it rains? So is it two things? So we're like, we never knew like where to start. So we've had everybody come over, look at it, but nobody can really say, is it the bathroom? Is it plumbing? Is it the chimney pulling out? Is water getting in? Yeah, so I know it's a loaded question, but and then it brings me right back to where I am right now. Nothing.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm getting real quick, and look what showed up. Look what showed up, Michelle. Can you believe it? Again,
Yes,
the
I
high
can.
priest. You saw me sitting there
Pentacles?
shuffling and shuffling and
I saw
shuffling and
you
shuffling.
shuffling.
And the same card that's come up for our
The page,
last three callers came up again. The high
the page of
priestess.
Pentacles?
I'm sorry?
The high what?
The high
I'm sorry, the Page
priestess.
of Pentacles, were you going to say? Oh, the
No, no,
High
no. Hold on.
Priestess.
Shh,
Okay.
shh.
Okay.
Christine, quiet.
Yeah.
I can't tell
Okay,
you what
sorry.
you want. I can't tell you what the card is or what you want if you're talking. Shh.
I'm sorry. I
Quiet there.
apologize.
Yes.
Okay.
She's so excited. It's these Long Islanders. They get so excited, you know.
We did.
And
We
look what
did.
Michelle got. Michelle got the same thing. The high priestess
Oh
card.
my God.
And Michelle got the exact
Really?
same card. So what is that telling you? You
Oh
already
my
know the
God.
answer. You need to listen to your own intuition,
Okay.
your own gut instincts on
Okay.
this. Now, is this the
Okay.
right guy? I don't know if it's the right guy, but I got the Two of Cups
Okay.
Oh my
along,
goodness.
along with the Ace of Pentacles. You got the Two of Cups too. Look,
I did, but I got the
Christine,
10 of cups
Oh
next
my
to it.
God.
that's okay.
It's
That's okay. What I think's going on with these Two of Cups, and I got the new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles, and you got the Ten of Cups, which is the end, but actually not. 9 is the ending. 10 is that hairbreadth moment before 1, the start again, because 1 plus 0 is 1.
Oh,
So
Yep.
the ace
okay.
and that 10 you got is still the same number. It's a new beginning, and it's happy. Look at that. It's that
Yeah.
happy family thing. But
Okay.
the thing is, with the Two of Cups and the new beginning, I think your relationship with the person that's going to work on this for you is going to be amicable. Everything's going to, you guys are going to get along. It's going to be great. You're going to be emotionally satisfied by,
Okay.
what actually happens. And then are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Michelle. So I did get a
Ready.
10 though. I got the 10 of swords and the heart of the matter card before I pulled these cards, the 10 of
Okay.
Pentacles.
Oh my goodness.
The legacy card. Yes, yes. So the Ten of Swords, again, which came up earlier, it's literally that finality card. It's this issue is going to go away for you now. The sun is rising in the background there.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. It's looking really good.
Okay.
Wow, we covered my
Oh,
reading
wow.
and your reading, Michelle, because you
Yeah,
got the
we
exact
did.
same
Wow.
cards. Almost,
Almost.
at least
That
two
was
of them.
awesome.
So I hope that helped you out,
Oh, that's
Christine. It's looking
awesome.
really good. You'll have to call us back and
Oh,
let us.
good.
Yes.
I will. This is yes, I can't wait to call back and give that good news because it's been a long time. It's been a really long time. Thank you so very much.
That was
Thank
fun.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Well, Happy New Year and best of
I
luck
love
with
Happy
the
New Year.
chimney and the chimney. And you're going to
The
have to call back
chimney.
in and let us know what happened with it. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's going to work out good. I really do. There we go. Camera shy kitty, Rosie said. Hey,
Yes, my cat
mom,
was making a disturbance.
Mr. Skip Leg Day. Hey, Mama Michelle, it's Damien. Pull a card for me, please.
So Damien is one of my, I call her my G daughter, short for granddaughter. So
Ah.
he's going, he's the G son-in-law kind of, sorta, to be. They're
Okay, I'm
not
really
engaged.
confused there because it's Mr., but you said she, or is it a
Well,
he?
Mr.
Wait,
Skip Leg Day is my granddaughter's boyfriend. There
now
we
it
go.
makes sense. Okay,
So I call him my G son. That sounds
oh,
cooler.
Damien, my condolences.
Yeah, we use them and abuse them.
My
All right.
condolences. I mean, if Michelle's your mama, even if it's mama-in-law, I was like, oh my God, really?
Right.
Poor, you poor thing. Poor
Oh, but
thing.
I'm fun. I'm the good one.
Hmm.
I'm the lovable one. They always say I'm the cool grandma, I'm the cool mama.
Oh. Oh, hey, I'm getting crappy cards for him though. I got the Tower card followed by the Five of Pentacles. What the hell's going on? That's not looking good.
No.
Sudden unexpected change and feeling out in the cold. Wow. When
Hey.
you, when you get those two
Well,
cards together, I don't know. But what'd you get? Maybe you
that's
have
that's
something.
definitely not good. Well, I got the Four of Wands.
Oh, are they getting married soon or something?
No. No, they're too young to get married yet. They're still
Mm.
teenies.
They're still tweens and teenies and
Yes,
whatever
yes.
tweenies or
And then I
twinks
got
or whatever they
the,
call them nowadays.
yeah, the King of Pentacles. So I see where he is very much a family oriented gentleman,
Mm.
but I see where he needs to take some action and save some money and become
The King of
hmm,
Pentacles.
the King of Pentacles. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's like somebody that has the King of Pentacles has his crap together, and
Yes.
and
Yep.
and he's able to provide for his family. He's well off, he's making money, he's figured it out.
Mhm.
He's wise in material areas. But also the Four of Wands might be referring to an upcoming party, birthday, bar mitzvah. Could be a lot.
Mm. He did just turn 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's time, he's growing up. It's that
Yeah.
time to
Well,
grow
that's
up.
perfect together because it's like it's his recent birthday, and it's like, okay, time to become the man.
Yep. And to find that balance and that
90
that
seconds.
step in life.
Yeah. Oh, and we just hit the 90-second
Yep.
thing. So let's get out of here. This was a lot of fun. But I'll see you next week. I'll be on with you sometime next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
60 seconds.